Welcome back to On the Couch with BG on Screen. Here's our guest, Alex. Say hi, Alex.
Hello.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm good. Thank you. You're back on the couch.
Yes, I am back on the couch.
Isn't that crazy? It's funny because they don't know, the people watching at home.
I mean, I've been on here a couple of times.
That is
I was
true.
Here on the host down where
That is true.
I lost to you.
Indeed, you did. I'm sorry that I brought that old scar back.
It's fine. Who cares?
You're lucky. You don't want this job. So why don't we start? You made a movie.
I did make a movie. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I was fortunate enough to make what's called an independent study project, where I wrote and directed my very own short film. We filmed it in November. We are in the process. I'm in the process of editing it and doing all the post-production work, and hopefully it'll be ready to be shown here to the BGSU public by the end of April.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So, as a little preview, you don't have to give away what you don't want to give away, but give us a little snapshot of what this movie's about.
Sure.
And what's it called, by the way?
Yes, of course. So the film is called, the title of the film is Proxemics. It is a short film that follows a couple of college students at a party, radically different characters. One is much more confident in her presence and at this party, and then the other is he's never been in an environment like this before, and it is about how those two characters who don't know each other at the beginning of the night interconnect throughout the night and then come together and have a deep conversation where they learn more about each other and themselves.
That sounds really interesting. So you played Genshin Impact.
I knew this was going to get brought up again.
Well, because in the scrapped episode, I downloaded Genshin Impact on my phone, not knowing that it's really more of a PC game.
It's like Breath of the Wild, but like more anime.
Exactly.
Not as good.
Not as good. Speaking of which, by the time you see this, it's probably been, hell, it's probably already, it might even be out by the time this is.
What are you saying?
Shut up. But Breath of the Wild.
He's calling out my enemies.
No, Breath of the Wild 2. They just showed a trailer for it, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
So go pirate it.
How do you feel about the fact that it's costing $70 when most Nintendo games cost $60? They're jacking the price up.
They are jacking the price up. It's kind of like whatever, because I'm all right with buying like a $70 PS5 game.
Yeah.
But like,
because they've been doing that for the last couple of years.
They have been. And if any game, I guess Breath of the Wild 2 deserves it. But if it turns out to be shit, then I'll be very mad.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's not going to be Genshin Impact.
Oh
I
no,
know that.
Genshin Impact, the greatest game of all time, I think.
Not only does it cost, because Genshin Impact is free.
It's free to play,
but it's pay to win.
It's pay to gamble to maybe win.
Exactly. It's pay to, you get a better chance at winning more significantly.
But also you could just get a bunch of weapons instead of the character you want.
But people like anime characters.
Yeah.
Apparently.
The designs, I would say, are fairly solid.
They are pretty cool. Speaking of which, you want to know something crazy?
What?
Not to take it away from you, but I might go to Japan over the summer.
Will you?
Possibly.
That's really exciting.
I know, it is really exciting. There's a study abroad opportunity happening over the summer, and it's about anime and manga or the pop culture of Japan.
That's sick.
And we get to go visit shrines and stuff. So that'd be pretty cool.
Do you get to see anime in real life?
Because I get to meet Goku.
You get to meet Goku.
I'm meeting Goku.
No way.
I'm gonna find him.
No,
I know he's hiding there somewhere, and I'm gonna find him.
I think what you need to do is you need to go to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
You need to find all of the Dragon Balls.
Yeah. What should I wish for?
Genshin Impact, the greatest game of all time.
Testicles. Nice segue. Joking.
There's a Segway out there.
There's a segue?
What the what?
Oh, no. Here's a little bit of lore for you people.
Lore fact.
A little bit of, isn't it crazy? Like when I first By the way, it's a year anniversary on the day of filming that we first filmed The Host Down, and also No Country for Old Folks, which was my first solo episode. But who cares? Anyways, that first episode that I had the jar with me, we made it was at night, and we made the lore.
It's Jerry's birthday.
It's Jerry's, but no, he's 1 year old wherever he is.
No, because when he turns 1, he hatches out of the jar and turns into the sun.
Exactly. That is the canon lore that we've come up with. Is that because write that down? So we put that in the sacred texts. But on that episode we made the joke that it's always dark out because the jar. It's not a joke. It's real. The jar ate the sun. But now that he's grown up, he's hatched out of his cocoon, and now he is the sun.
What do you think happened to the framed picture of Nate from high school?
Oh, I still have it. It's sitting next to my bed.
It is. Can't confirm.
It's not.
It can't confirm.
It isn't. I wonder where it is. I do know where it is. It's in my drawer. It's in my drawer on my desk. And every time I'll just be like, then I'll close it and I'll keep working. It gets me through the day, you know? God, I wonder what happened to the jar. Well, this is what happened. Give it like 3 episodes, like including this one, and then it'll probably go back. You never know. It might not.
How has filming in the daylight impacted your hosting ability, if at all?
It's really hard. Some days I get up and I think I can't do this because there's too much light, and it lights up my ugly face, and it makes me really uncomfortable. But I think I can manage it.
I'm glad to hear that.
How has it affected your guesting?
Well, I had to wake up really early.
That is true.
That's a lie. I woke up at 6 o'clock without any alarms.
That's pretty early.
It is early.
Yeah, so. Genshin Impact, Genshin Impact, it's a game, it's a game. Genshin Impact, Genshin Impact, it's a game, it's a game.
We're not going to address that?
What?
You're right.
We were talking about how anime was kind of scarce in the early days of Western anime.
Yeah, there's not just like video, like not just like anime in the West, but like also like Japanese. Like Final Fantasy VII was like the first of the Final Fantasies to like really come over to the West, and like be localized.
False.
Final
Final Fantasy 1 came out on the NES, Final Fantasy 4 came out on the Super Nintendo, and Final Fantasy 6 came out on the Super Nintendo. Thank you very much.
Okay, well it was like.
But 7 was the first really popular.
It was the first one to like be like released, like basically around like the same time as like the rest of the world, because like the other games was like way after, you know.
Right. It's funny that you mentioned that because they actually renamed the 1, 4, and 6 here because they didn't release like the ones in between.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 1 was 1, 2 was actually 4 in Japan, and then 3 here was 6 in Japan.
Yeah.
And so when they came up with Final Fantasy 7, everybody was like, what happened to 4 through 6? And then they literally included in the little pamphlet of the disc case. It was like, by the way, what you played wasn't 1, 2, 3. It was 1, 4, and 6. And everybody was like, oh, thanks.
Well, I mean, do you want to take a guess at the location where my film is set? The film that I filmed, my short film.
It's at a party fraternity.
It's at actually a sorority house, but yes.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm bringing it back, folks. Segways.
There you go. Nathan's happy. We're talking about film.
Nathan's happy we're talking about film.
What are you looking
There's
at?
no segues.
There's a Segway out there? Testicles. Alex, thank you for coming on the show again.
Of course.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for talking about your film. We're all excited to see it.
Yeah, of course. As of right now, the tentative date, if this goes up, hopefully before then, the tentative date that will be showing in the Denal is April 21st, hopefully. But you heard it here first. That's when it's going to be shown, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
If it's ready by then, hopefully it's going to be ready by then. I'm working very hard. I'm almost done. I almost have picture lock. I'm hoping to get that done this weekend as of recording. And we can get sound in. I can get the masking and VFX done, and we'll all be set to go.
Awesome. We're really excited to see it.
Yeah.
that wraps another episode on the Couch with BG on Screen. It's the 1 year anniversary. We're gonna film a few more episodes, so that's why it's gonna be. I mean, we're gonna take like a quick break, but we'll be right back. For you, probably like 12 months. But you know what? It's whatever. We'll catch you next time on the Couch with BG on Screen.